Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Ong Bak, a Thai action flick from 2003 that stars Tony Jaa. I actually saw this in the cinema when it first came out in the United States. I was watching TV and I saw the RZA's promotional ad on TV. Like these dudes were like screaming and it showed Tony Jaa like beating dudes in the face and kicking dudes in the face. And RZA and some of his buddies were like screaming, like reacting to it. It got me pumped up. I'm like, what is this movie? Like, it looks pretty fun. So that's why I went and saw it. And I had no idea, of course, who Tony Jaa was at the time. I went to the theater, and yeah, it was pretty good. The film begins in a village in rural northeastern Thailand where an ancient Buddha statue named Ong Bak is kept. The village falls in despair after thieves from Bangkok decapitate the statue and take the head with them. Ting, a villager extremely skilled in Muay Thai, volunteers to travel to Bangkok to recover the stolen head of Ong Bak. His only lead is Don, a drug dealer who attempted to buy an amulet one day earlier. So this movie was directed by Pragya Pinkyu, who would later direct Tam Yong Gung and Chocolate. Fight choreography was handled by Pana Ritakrai, who himself partially or wholly directed the Ong Bak sequels, a lot of story behind those, as well as Bangkok Knockout and Vengeance of an Assassin. So these two men worked together pretty well, and I missed the days when I was genuinely looking forward to the next Thai action movie that these guys were involved with. Ritakrai's death in 2013 from liver and kidney disease seems to have put a major hamper on the exporting and popularity of Thai action movies in recent years, unfortunately. In any case, Thailand was on the map internationally for their action movies during the 2000s and early 2010s. I was interested in rewatching Ong Bak because it has been a while since I had last seen it, and I'm happy to say that it's still very entertaining. The script writing and other traditional filmmaking qualities are merely adequate, if that, like in terms of script writing and stuff like that. Doesn't matter much, because we're watching the movie for the action, and there's a good amount of it in this. The opening tree climb fight scene is pretty neat. There's a brief scene with Jaa almost form training, which is pretty interesting. The foot chase in the streets is really impressive. I remember that one. First time I saw it. It was really cool how he just kind of contorted his body in odd ways while jumping over, under, and through a variety of obstacles that he was, he encountered in the street while these gangsters were chasing him. It really is a highlight scene of the movie. It really shows his agility and acrobatics very well. The motor cart chase I thought was pretty good. Always thought that was one of the weaker set pieces. The multiple brawls inside of the Fight Club show, like the Fight Club bar area, showcases some different styles, which I always appreciate, and the finale provides a satisfying climax. The fighting in this movie, though, if you're really paying attention, it's not completely realistic, in the sense that you can kind of see the stuntmen waiting for some of the hits. I mean, almost every martial arts movie is like this to some degree, right? But in this one, especially because they slow down the shots sometimes for like the replays and stuff, you can definitely tell that, you know, the bad guys are a little slow in their reaction times. But it's still fun to watch. And the action physics are real enough for sure. And that's really what sold it. The hard-hitting style of the martial art itself and the insane acrobatics of the lead actor without having to use computer effects and a lot of wire work and stuff like that. That's what made the biggest impression on most Americans back in the day. And those aspects still hold up even today. And the stuntmen also earn their pay. You could tell some of them did get hit pretty hard. A few painful-looking falls. And they even set a few of them on fire during this movie, which is always dangerous. So props to the stuntmen out there. But yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this. I think it holds up. Ong Bak was an influential film when it came out. Kind of set a new standard for like 21st century fight films, martial arts films, and, you know, some directors and filmmakers in Hong Kong kind of responded to this. You know, like Donnie Yen, I heard it kind of lit a fire under him as well. So I think it had a positive impact overall, and it still holds up. And I'm going to watch this one on a rotation in the future. So if you have not seen this, you probably should if you're a fan of martial arts movies. It's available on streaming and physical media. Although I will say that the Blu-ray transfer is just kind of mediocre, but I have it in my collection now. And as always, I will see you next time.